Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a collections video. I have 3 separate boxes slash bags of makeup I'm going to show you. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. So let's jump into it. So first off, sorry guys, this thing's kind of bulky. Not gonna lie to you. Okay, there we go. So first off, I have 2 cream highlights. They're okay. So they're both very similar in color. The first one is the Wet n Wild Illuminator or highlighter makeup stick in 800 When the Nude Strikes. Okay, there's the first one. And then the second one is the Master Strobing Stick by Maybelline and Face Studio. And there's the second. As you can tell, they look exactly the same. But the difference is that this one's like, I believe, $2 and this one's like $10. The only difference is this one is 0.24 ounces and this one is 0.21 ounces. But I feel like you get more in this one, and this one's a touch less creamy than this one. So definitely recommend both sticks. So yeah. Then next I have a bunch of brushes and such. So I have all these. Okay, so this is a pencil brush. This is just like a fluffy brush, like angled. It's usually like straight like that, but the way I have it stored kind of messed it up. This is another fluffy eye brush, a very thin brush, and then a complete flat brush. This is a Mary Kay brush, by the way. Get in there. And then I have this like contour brush by Neutrogena. It comes with one of their things. I'm not sure which one. Then I have a buffer brush, which is like, it's from Wish. It buffs it very nicely. I've just been liking the sponges more recently, so that's what I've been using. But usually if I was using a brush, I'd use this. I'm looking to get one that's slightly more dense, because as you can see, this one's pretty, like, it's not super packed. So yeah. Next I have a bunch of Bundle Monster ones. They like come in a set, I want to say. So obviously I have the just a spoolie, and then I have a bunch of I have 3 eye brushes. They look like this. And then I have 3 like concealer or even eye brushes again. And then lastly, I have a flat foundation brush, which I never use for that, but you could. And then lastly, I have a e.l.f. professional fan brush. Don't really use it. I prefer a slightly thicker highlight brush, but this is really good to kind of get on your nose, I guess. And then I have a sheer cover concealer brush. Definitely a good brush. And then next I have a foundation. This is the L'Oreal True Match in Soft Ivory in 1 Neutral. I really love this foundation. I have another one as well that I'm using right now. That's a different shade, but it's the same like match. Then I have some eyebrow stencils. Oh. Okay, so then you open this. Okay. So I think for today, I'm just going to do this first box, I guess. Just because I still have a ton of makeup to go through and we're short on time today. So next I have another foundation brush, which I also got from Wish, by the way. And as you can see, this one's a little more finely packed, but instead of being completely flat, it's actually a rounded one. So it's considered a rounded kabuki. Again, this works really well, especially with stick foundations. Really love this. So then next, we have two eyeshadows. They're the LA Colors Baby Pop eyeshadows. They look like this. The first one is called Nude Shimmer, and the second is White Shimmer. So I really like both of these. You could use them also as highlights as well, which is what I was using them for. There's one. These are like super pigmented as well. So here is the white shimmer and here's the nude shimmer. They look just about the same on camera, but in person, this one's slightly darker. So next I have a CoverGirl, what the heck is it? Brow Plus Liner Powder. It looks like this. That's the color of it. And this is in 815 Blonde. Now, this is a really good product for beginners, for brows. It's really nice. I prefer to use it with a gel though. So, yeah. Next, I have a Makeup Forever Excessive Lash sample, I guess. Of mascara. And then I also have the L'Oreal Bare Natural Mineral Concealer in Light 478. I really like the fact, especially if you're like one person who just needs like a little bit of coverage, you can really wet this, like put like a little bit of primer or something and mix it in with your foundation and use this little brush, and it's a really nice concealer. I just don't like powder concealers anymore that much. So next I have the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer. I also have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. The Wet n Wild one is in Light Ivory, and the other one is in Fair. I like both of these concealers. This one just does not, the CoverGirl just doesn't have enough coverage for me. But for a spot concealer, it's decent. It just doesn't cover enough for me. And then the Wet n Wild one is a little too dark for my skin tone. Even though I have the foundation to match this, this concealer is just a little on the dark side for me. Next, I have a bunch of eyeliners. This is the Color Mattes liner. This is the LA Girls Auto Liner. This is an eyebrow pencil, actually. This is the CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus in Chestnut 212. I really like this for brows, especially when you want a warm look. It's really nice. Then I have two of the Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duos. I have one in brown or blonde and one in like a dark brown, I guess. I do not like these. I don't see the point. I actually really like the pencils. I just don't like the end of them. The what's it called? The powder, I guess, side of it. I don't see the point to it. Next, I have a super fat eye marker in carbon black. I don't use this, never have used it, just I got it from a friend and I just don't like it. Then I have a lip liner. This is the L'Oreal Color Rich in Beyond Pink. This is a really nice neutral shade. There it is. It's a really good lip pencil. But I haven't used lip pencils in a while, so this is just kind of sitting around until I'm ready for one. This is the Keelan Colors Eyelectress one. It's a mascara on one end and an eyeliner. The only problem I have with this is that the eyeliner bleeds. Just a touch, not like anything drastic, but it does bleed, so that's why I do not use it. And the mascara sucks. So I have some Wet n Wild. I have some lipsticks. The first one is the Wet n Wild, and it is in Light Berry Frost 523. It's a really pinky color. It's a really nice color for like spring, but as it's going into fall, it's not like a big deal right now. Next, I have a Color Workshop lipstick, and this does not have a shade on it, but this is one of my go-tos for fall and winter. As you can see, it's a really like mauvey, beautiful color. But again, this doesn't have any kind of color name on it, so that's one problem I have with them. Next is the Fantasy Makers by Wet n Wild, and this is in Bloodwork 12709. It's just a normal like blood red lipstick, and this stuff stays, especially like during Halloween and stuff. Great lipstick. Then let's see. Then I have the Rimmel London and like Cake collection, I guess. And this is in 113. This is a very nudie color. I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to see it. Okay, there it is. So I really like the formula. I have another one. I'm just not sure where it is yet. But I really like this formula for lipstick. Next, I have the NYC Get It All foundation stick. And this is in 001 Light. So, okay, so we're gonna so if you look, it's a really nice tint, as you can see, but my problem is not enough coverage. I believe it's supposed to be a buildable coverage, but it is really blendable, so I can't really complain. But I think they need to work on the, and this was only like $3, so it's not a bad deal. But this just didn't have enough coverage for me, so it just kind of stays in here in case I want. And it works really well for concealer. So I have a few foundations and primers. So I have two Sheer Cover Base Perfectors primers. These are clear, or they're white. They're supposed to help build smooth imperfections, minimize the appearance of pores and fine lines. These are really good. I just found a new primer I really like, so these kind of got put back into my collection. I also have a True Blend Fixed Stick Concealer in Deep, and I use this to contour some. If you look, it's a really nice shade, and I definitely recommend this. I don't know if it's any good for concealer, but they're really good to cream contour with, and they're very blendable. So next I have 3 foundations. The first one is the Stay Matte Light Porcelain by Rimmel London, the Liquid Mousse. So I really like this foundation for winter. It's very lightweight, very full cover, or high medium coverage. As you can see, it's very light. And this is in light porcelain. It's lightweight, shine control, and it's a really good foundation. Definitely gonna have to pull this out soon when it gets closer to winter. Definitely recommend this. It's a little weird to like blend it out with a brush and stuff because it is a mousse. It's a little weird, but it's a really good foundation. Next I have the Sassy Plus Cheek BB Cream. This is multi-action. It's skincare plus makeup. I have no idea what shade this is in, but I like to use this for a primer, not really a foundation, because it doesn't have too much coverage or anything really. But it's really, as you can see, it's a little cakey. So you have to go in with a really light hand if you're going to use it like, I use it, but it works well. Next I have the CoverGirl Ultra Smooth Hair Smoothing Foundation in 805 Ivory. I feel like this foundation, it came with a weird applicator. I threw that thing out. It was weird, like really weird. Kind of like a Sicily sponge, but weird. Or like pink. Anyways, but this has like no coverage. And it really emphasizes my texture, so I do not like that. I have like so many swatches on my hand. So anyways, next I have 3 more brushes. Another one, like these 2 are like twins. They came together. I need to wash them obviously, but I really like those kind of brushes. Like they're really nice. Then I have I believe this is a Bare Minerals blush brush, and then this is by Profusion, and it's just a beauty sponge on a like stick, I guess. So I definitely love this blush brush, but I'm not really into the whole blush right now, so that's why it's in my collection. Next we have the Revlon 2-in-1 Compact Makeup and Concealer, and this is in 110 Ivory. So it has the concealer, and then you open it, and it has the foundation. Now this is, I believe, it does not say it's not full coverage, but it's not a horrible one either. It's not a horrible foundation. It feels really heavy on the skin, and I don't like heavy. I like lightweight, full coverage kind of thing. So that's kind of why it's in my collection and not in my everyday bag. So this is the Profusion Eyebrow Powders and Wax. So this is what it looks like. Here's the wax, which looks disgusting right now. Then you have a brow highlight, and the rest are eyebrow powders. This is a really nice like palette if you're not sure what color your eyebrows should be. This is something definitely to play around with. It's not too expensive, and it's really nice. Definitely very blendable. Next I have the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost and Ice Cold. Mine got broke, but it's an okay product. After it broke, I haven't been able to get it back to like working properly. But other than that, it's a decent thing. Now I got a whole lot of lipstick for you guys. Okay, so today I think we're gonna skip all the lipstick because I have a lot of them. I'll do a separate video on lip gloss and lipstick collection. But I have a bunch of them. So, yeah. And look, this is just like single lipsticks I have. And so, anyways, I have two palettes. I have the... I believe this is a Profusion palette. This is the Profusion Bare eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like. It's a decent palette. I have another one that I like better than this. It's the Natural Eye Profusion palette, I believe. I really like the packaging. I just wish that the mirror was bigger. So, it's a decent palette though. Now, this is the Hard Candy palette. It doesn't really have a name. As you can see, it's literally like falling apart. Now, I really do love the eyeshadow primer that comes with it. But personally, I'm just not a huge fan of this. I feel like it was poorly made. But other than that, the eyeshadows are very pigmented. I don't like them personally. It's nothing to do with the formula or anything like that. I'm just not a big fan. Next, I have the e.l.f. High Definition Powder in Corrective Yellow. I like this, but I don't need a corrective yellow. I didn't realize it was yellow. Then I have a Sicily Sponge, which sucks, by the way. Next, I have a Color Mates blush in Tawny Peach. I really love these blushes. That's what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, so that's what it looks like. It's a really nice blush. I just have a different color blush that I'm using right now. Here is another foundation brush. This one is a little angled and a little more dense, I feel, or a little more like moving compared to the other face brushes I have. But it's not a bad face brush. I have two LA Colors little black books. One is the Glam Look and the other is the Smoky Metallic. So here's the metallic and here is the glam. Great products. I just don't have use for them right now, and the pans are a little small. Next, I have the Glam and Beauty Nudes palette. When I first got this, I thought it was the CoverGirl one, but I was wrong. But I've used it a crap ton, to be honest. It's a really nice palette. I just got a different palette. I've really been liking the Laura Lee palette with Violet Voss, so that's why this one kind of just was like, So next I have a Color Workshop palette. This is like a full face palette, I guess. So this is what it looks like. I used to have these like filled in singles and stuff, but I don't know where the like book thing went for it. But overall, it's not that bad. Next, I have another palette from Wish. This is supposed to be compared to the Morphe palette, the 350, I believe. This is the E40. It's a nice palette. It has decent pigmentation. It's just a little too small. So that's what it looks like. It's 40 colors. If you're just beginning out, this is great for travel, and it's a decent palette. It's just a little small for me, and I have a lot of better palettes. So that is it. I also have a cream eyeshadow. This, I have no idea. Okay, there it is. This is Beyond Color by Avon. These are really nice, especially if you're just doing like a simple look. There's the color. This does not have a name on it, especially since it's old. But that is the last of my products that I have for you guys. I will be doing a part 2 to this, based solely on lip color, and then I will do 2 more parts after that. This is going to be probably a 5-part series, I believe. Hopefully I can get them all up for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!